it's Sarah, and this is still Photoshop CS6, but now we're in Adobe Bridge, and I want to take you into CAMERAraw and just give you a quick view of CAMERAraw. This is a place where you can do some edits for your photos, and they're all non-destructive. So let's take a look. The first thing we do here, I am in the bridge, and I'm going to select a group of images, which select one and then hold the shift key, and that selects all these, and then I'm going to go to either Control or Command R, and that's going to open CAMERAraw. So the first thing that I want you to notice is the interface here. There's been some changes. These are always set in the center. All the tools will be like that. They'll be on the side here. There's tools up here where you can do your editing right here inside, and like I said, it's non-destructive, so you can make the edits and then change your mind. This is the full frame, so you can see the full mode. We can't do that because we're making this video, so we don't want to get it any larger. That said, here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is tell you about the histogram. And this is where you can see how the balance is of your image, the light to dark. So in saying that, what we want to do is make sure that we're setting the overexposure, underexposure, so it is to the very edge. So we just make sure that it's been turned on by setting O on the board, on the keyboard, and then U. So both of them are live and ready. We've set it and we're good to go. The next thing we're going to do is take a look and see if we have any problems here. And let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. This particular image isn't that bad. I think we're going to go to another one so we can show you some issues. Okay. Again, I'll make sure that the O is set and the U is set, and we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead, and I actually have made some modifications on this one already. Let's just show you some things. If this is where the clipping would occur in here, where the red is, if the white was not balanced. So we want to get rid of that red. If the black was just totally overexposed, this would just flatten and wash out all the details. So we can modify that. I'm sorry, I already had worked on this one, but we'll just see. Then the next thing we do after we do set the black and the white, because that's our sort of foundation, we go to the highlights, and we see what happens when we're bringing up that white again. We want to get rid of that. We want to even that out. So we want to key those down, and then we want to look at the shadows, and we want to brighten that up a little bit. Okay, and then after we do that, we go to clarity. Clarity is mid-tone and also crisping or sharpening. You can see how the yellow, the yolk, is changing. The yellow is being brightened up. It's a little extreme there. I like it, but I'll leave it at that. Vibrance. And you can see how that sort of almost puts a gray cast, or like Curves does when it changes the gray channel, and so many grays. So we're going to bring up the color on that, and then the saturation's already been set, but I just want to show you. So we take all the color out, or we can just bring it back in. Alright, and then we can preview it. So it was a little bit more flat. It's got a little more bright vibrance to it now. And the other thing I wanted to show you as we continue is camera calibration. And this particular image wasn't worked on in CAMERAraw in any other version. If it were, it would be noted here. And I want you to always go and check on that. If you see a small icon over here, which is an alert icon, to go over to the calibration and set it to the current set of tools, so you can utilize and modify using all the new tools that are here. So we have different tone curves here. You can go and do channels, You can sharpen, reduce noise here. You can change the grayscale here. You can make some kind of processed looks here. You're welcome to check that out. Splitting tones, you can do some changing there. And you can go here to some lens correction, and I wanted to show you the chromatic aberration. If we can actually get to a part where we see it, really, it's very mild here, but what that is a chromatic aberration is the magenta and cyan that kind of casts around multiple just makes a hue or a cast or I think that's the best way to say it, and we want to make sure that that's gone. So if we do enlarge this, we don't have that casting of those colors, so we can make adjustments there. And I'm gonna get back down. And then what else do we have here? Graininess and some other vignetting. This could be a lot of fun. And then these are, if you have presets, these would be stationed here, and then snapshots. We don't have anything like that going on right now. Okay, so you can do some of those, but we don't have anything like that right now. So here we also have the tools here. We can you can look through each one of these. A hand tool that moves with the white balance tool. You can check that out and make sure that all's good. We've got the sampler tool. We've got a targeted adjustment tool and cropping, and then straightening tool. If for some reason we didn't like this, we could straighten it out. We have this spot removal tool, red eye, and adjustment brush, and then a graded filter. Okay, and then some dialogue. You can rotate things, and then you can toggle to the trash. And so what I wanted to say here is when we use some of these tools, these pins come up. We don't have to show the pins, but it's nice to see what's going on. And you can make the adjustments. You can take these pins and you can make some adjustments here, and say for instance we just drag it here, and so we brighten that up, and we can actually clear that, or we can erase it, so we can clear the pin. But you know, you can make those adjustments here using that and changing the settings to improve the look of the photograph. So play around with this, and then when you're good and ready, you can open it up in Photoshop and continue on. And that's CAMERAraw. Take a look.